I didn't know, but he was explaining it to me.
We're live.
He was saying how it's like like you said, different tasting notes. He was talking about that, and you know how some hit this and some's got like an after. And I was like, wow, man, I didn't know none of that stuff.
Yes, alcohol does have an aftertaste.
I didn't know if you guys wanted to comment on my shirt before we got into the show.
It's only bread.
It's only money.
It's only bread. Can't take it with you.
Cannot take it with you.
Yep.
When it's adios, muchachos, it's all gone.
Burn this money up quicker. Can't take it with you.
Yeah. Enjoy it while you're here. Leave some for your family. For us to have something to maybe build on, and outside of that, man, just live.
Nah. Blowing money fast. BMF. Y'all watch that show, don't y'all?
I ain't never seen it not one time. Never seen BMF not one time. I've heard about it, but I've never seen it one time.
I think BMF, well, for me at least, I think BMF is like Charmed. You can say you never seen it, but you've seen it because you fell asleep on something and you woke up and it was on. So you've seen it. Like every NBA fan has seen Charmed. They may lie and say they've 100%. Never watched Charmed, but they've definitely watched Charmed.
You woke up.
I don't know.
Woke up at 3:15. It's been on.
Oh, you mean like on the TNT channel?
Yep.
After, like, yeah, okay, yeah, I got you.
Hey, man.
Hey, there's our puppeteer.
What's happening, man?
I was just saying, I said, BMF.
You all seen Godfather, right?
Mm-hmm. Love the Godfather movie. Watched them all. When I first watched them about 10 years ago, I watched them all consecutively. That was a long
9 hours. 9 hours.
How about that?
Yeah.
It's more than long. It's more than 9 hours.
Yeah, probably more than that. It was a weekend that I watched them though. But yeah, man, I like BMF. I really like Raising Kanan. I watch gangster stuff, Big G. I'm an old OG, so you know I gotta watch that stuff, man. But hey, let's get this thing crack-a-lacking. Everybody got something to talk about. I got quite a few NBA things to go with, get the algorithms up. And we got a special guest. You always hear about him. He be in the live chat sometime. But it's my nephew, man.
Who?
My little fella.
Oh, Relly Hall. What's up, Relly? He ain't even. Where he at? Where's his picture?
Relly, old young weird dude, man.
He said,
can't even see him, man.
That's crazy. But how everybody doing?
What's happening, Relly, man? What's going on with you?
Yeah.
Good. We out here in these overtime Fans First Sports Network streets, man. Trying to just, get our talk on with each other, engage with the live chat, inform the people. I'm always informing these dudes, so feel free, really. But you probably young, you younger than Peyton, man. You probably don't got zero knowledge you can tell us.
You be informed sometimes, right before we go live.
But hey, man, really, since you're here, I want to get this jumping. Y'all know my boy, Big G. I love Big G. It's been my dude since probably about 1980, man. For real.
Yeah, for real. Long time.
But Big G. This has been really from the That's Rather Cavalier. This is my greatest piece, man, as far as getting out there viral. Our boy Big G. Let's just watch this clip. We all gonna talk on the other side.
Boy in OKC better than Luka too.
Nobody
boy in OKC is better than him.
Who? Don't say Shay.
First team All NBA. Give it to him.
He was. He's not better than Luka.
Oh boy, in Sacramento better than Luka.
Oh my God. All right, let's get off this. Hey Claude, you got me started on purpose, Claude.
I ain't giving him no respect.
Who in the league reminds you of yourself today besides Westbrook? I'm talking this new era.
Everybody say Ja.
Oh, yeah.
But man, let me talk about this guy. What the hell is wrong with Luka?
Luka's different.
Yeah,
73 in Atlanta, ball on a string.
You can go there, but I didn't even want to go there. You know what I mean? That goes without saying, 73.
Sure.
I'm talking about his style. Like it's kind of like street ball mixed in with the street ball. And then I don't want nobody to take this the wrong way.
He's slow as hell.
No, hell. I mean, yeah, he move at his own pace.
Right.
But I won't gonna say that. I'll let you say it. Because they probably kill me for it.
No, you should say it. We can edit it out. We won't.
Man, yeah, he played the way he played.
White? He plays like a white guy?
No, he plays like a black guy.
Ah, gotcha.
He has
That man got style.
Hold on. Let me fix it. He has swag.
He got swag.
Got it. Okay.
He got swag. There you go. He got swag.
Yeah, no,
you could. I mean, man, he's so cool out there. I mean, he just everything's just slow. I mean, just major moves, and then wet ball. I mean, he shoot the blood out of that thing. Man, Luka is.
Nice. You got to chill.
Okay, see, Big G so stubborn, man. He can't even watch what's going on to see where his error in his ways. But B Dirt, we'll come to you first, man. Big G has often said Luka is trash. Shea over Luka, he said it all the time, but he's called Luka trash. What do you think about Luka, B Dirt?
Oh, that's fine. I'm gonna find myself. I think he's amazing, man. He's a lot of fun to watch. Ball handling, passing, scoring. You know, the one argument you can make against him is the defense, but you know, in our chats, I mean, you've seen I put out there the season stats when they go head to head. I mean, SGA ain't got it over him. I mean, it just don't. I feel like I mean, he definitely one of the top 3 players in the league right now.
Got a fork in the road from the homie Claude. Thanks, Claude, for the super chat. And yeah, Claude, you're right. We probably should just have Big G on football tour when the season over. He just needs to be going studying all the college spring games and stuff like that. But yeah, man, thanks for that super chat, Claude.
They have all 22 for the NBA, maybe study up on that.
Right. Pay, I'm coming to you. And we know you're not a Luka guy, but is he trash? And what do you think about Luka?
He's an all-star. Not trash.
That's you just being matter of fact. You don't want to give him any more praise than all-star. Was he one of the top 10 players in the all-star game last week? And we're gonna talk about the all-star game. That's what you want to talk about, Pay, because I'll let you lead us into that and talk about what you thought about it. But yeah, was Luka one of the top 10 players in the all-star game last week?
He was probably the worst player in the all-star game last week.
Big facts.
Oh, he hears.
Luka is not trash because he's an all-star, so he can't be trash.
All right, and last but not least, my young basketball aficionado, the little young basketball savant, whether it's on the court or not, I know he know the game. We talked, if you watch the latest episode of That's Rather Cavalier or listen, we talked to Relly about Hoop Gang yesterday. Relly be hooping, man. Relly, so what you think about Luka, man?
Yeah, I mean, Luka is a top 5 player. He is a top 5 player. I mean, if you comparing him to Shea, the only thing you could really say about Luka is the defense. But in terms of 29 other teams, they fear Luka. Like, everybody knows what Luka does. Like, if you flip Luka,
wait, really? They fear him?
They fear him.
Wow.
Like, consistent. Like, you hear other superstars from other teams say, like, when Luka's like, we know what Luka do. Like, we've seen what Luka do in the playoffs. We've seen what he do in the regular season. And I would argue if you flipped Luka with Shea, I mean, it'd be a totally different conversation, especially if we talk about from team to team. Like, it would be a night and day conversation.
What night and day?
If you put Luka Doncic on the Thunder with better talent around him, and you put Shea on Dallas, it would be a different conversation. Like, we wouldn't question if Luka was an MVP.
Kyrie plays in Dallas, correct?
Total facts.
He plays
Total
in Dallas.
facts.
Keep
About
naming them.
15
To make
games.
sure. Just want to
I'm about
make
to say,
sure.
you can keep
Played
naming.
about 15 games.
You can. I'm about to say, after you say Kyrie, who else is on there?
Kyrie, a top 100 player all time.
I don't need to say anybody else
you
after
do.
Kyrie.
Because if we're talking about the Western
don't.
Conference, I mean,
Kyrie Irving is a top 100 player of all time.
So's Luka.
No, but I'm saying, who does Shea have that's even close to being the top 100 all time?
They're all young, Big G. And Kyrie go to teams and make them lose more. What are you talking about? We had this discussion the other day.
He's a top 100 player of all time.
But you had like, what does he have? Kyrie don't help winning.
He can't help winning if Luka don't dribble for 22 seconds.
What did Kyrie do in Brooklyn? What did Kyrie do in Boston? What did Kyrie do outside of playing with LeBron James? That guy. What did Kai do?
For those of you that aren't aware, that was a goat sound.
Right. Best I could be, Dirk. You got it. So maybe somebody else got it. But and Luka's a year and a half younger than Shea. Still.
So?
Okay. I'm just saying. I bet if you call Sam Presti on the phone, that's the OKC GM, and say, hey.
No, he ain't trading. No.
He would.
No.
Really? Would he? Be there? Would he?
No.
Make that deal done tonight.
Tonight.
Y'all talking crazy. Y'all talking crazy. There's no way. Shea can hold up that MVP trophy, and this is going to be done conversation after that. It's going to be
if he does, it's going to be visiting somebody's house.
No.
And
you'll be at a party.
You see, Allen Iverson, a top 25 player, he's giving Luka mad props.
Allen Iverson is not a top 25 NBA player.
Yeah, that's correct. He's not.
He's not.
Top 30?
Maybe top 50. Maybe.
No, oh my gosh.
I think he's definitely top.
Okay.
Maybe.
Hold on. Y'all go ahead and talk about. Hold on. Hey, go ahead and go into the All-Star game. I'm gonna look up Allen Iverson's rank on the top list.
Big G, get him ready.
Mm-hmm.
Trash, dumpster fire, tire fire. I need them all. One right after the other.
He might get fired up on this one. Go ahead.
So we're finna impugn the greats of yesteryear. Just setting everybody up for what's about to happen. So did anybody watch the All-Star game?
I watched the whole thing.
Okay, look. Allen Iverson, Sixer icon.
There we go.
Ranked 30th best player in NBA history.
Okay.
That's just the ranking that I'm finding online. But go ahead, Pay.
You got to give some the source behind that.
That's Yahoo Sports. That one.
Okay. So you all watched the All-Star game, right? What did you all think about that?
It was horrible. It was horrible. They almost need to kill it. They almost need to kill it because the way that it's played, the fashion that it's played, it's not one of those things that people really tie themselves into anymore. You know, there's really no defense played at all, which I'm not saying that there's ever been defense in an All-Star game, but at least there's an attempt and a try. The game wasn't competitive at all. And the guys that was actually wanted to play was the guys that scored all the points, i.e. why Cat had 50 for the West, and i.e. why Dame and them, because Dame was pulling up from half court. Dame had like 30-something, and it was somebody else that had 30-something. Those was really the only guys that really wanted to play. The rest of the dudes was out there just going through the emotions, like Luka, who tried to be all fancy and make a bounce dunk and got hung on the rim. Oh, trash, full trash.
All right, G, you're from a different generation. You readily admit that you're an old head. Really, I'm gonna assume because what even though Tate always calls everybody young fellas and all that stuff, I'm gonna assume you're a lot younger than Big G. Do you also have the same opinion, even though you're not from the same era as G?
Right. So I do agree with Big G though. The All-Star game wasn't competitive. It wasn't.
No.
now-
What G said is it was trash. Not that it wasn't competitive. He said it was trash. That's what you agree with.
Yeah, I do. From start to finish.
That's excellent. That's excellent. B, I didn't see you shake your head when I asked who watched the game.
So I didn't watch the whole game. I was busy. I could not watch the game when it was on. So I rewatched some of it because you sent that to us in our chat, so that I would be able to not, give incorrect takes.
Right.
And my takeaway from it is this: it's not a basketball game anymore, and that's fine. Now it's an exhibition. I get it, and people are worried about injury or this or that and the other. I'm not going to sit here. I try not to be that get off my lawn guy. So if they want to do an exhibition, I would tune in rather than watch that game. I tune in to watch Dame and Steph Curry play horse. I tune in to watch more people in the duck contest. I turn in. I'd rather watch that kind of stuff than watch what they gave me as an all-star game.
So would it be fair? Would it be fair to say that even before you've heard whatever about this all-star game, even before any opinions could have been tainted for you, would it be fair to say that you have no desire to even set your schedule around watching the all-star game? You already, as you said, that I was doing something else.
Correct. Because it's been getting worse and worse over the past few years as far as not playing defense and so forth. So there was a time 5 years, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, maybe, where I would sit and the all-star game was part of my plans. You know what I mean? You planned around. Now it's not that way. You know what I mean?
So you heard it. You got one homie said, I got better things to do than to watch basketball with all the greatest players in the world. And you got two other homies saying, you know what? I watched it and I wasted my time. How do we fix this game?
Is it any different than what's going on in football? I mean, used to be a time where the Pro Bowl game used to be competitive. Now, the All-Star game and basketball, NBA, NFL go back and forth.
Pro Bowl game's not hiding behind this facade anymore. They took the pads off. They play flag football. I got more excited about dodgeball for the NFL product than I did anything else.
Yep.
See, I don't watch any of it. I mean, I watched the slam dunk contest, 3-point contest. I fell asleep on the All-Star game. But here, let me have one of the GOATs speak for me real quick, man. Is that okay?
The All-Star game in general needs a little revamping. It used to be competitive. I always loved competing in them. I didn't lose many of them. Fans want to see the best pickup game in the world. They don't want to see you running up and down and dunking and doing all this crazy. Like, they want to see what happens when you get these collection of best basketball players on the planet and they play and they go head up against each other. I mean, you guys play harder at a pickup game in UCLA.
For real.
And ain't billions of people watching.
For real. Definitely do.
So I agree with that was Kobe Bryant for you guys that didn't pick up the voice. But he said they want to see the best pickup game in the world. That's what fans want to see. And that's what it used to be. I remember the game in 92 when Magic came back from AIDS and they was just going at it, man.
Hey.
Well,
I want to give a shout out, even though it's not a super chat. I'm going to give a shout out. Tim Lyon said baseball is the only league with a real all-star game.
That's big facts. That's big facts. I agree.
NHL don't have an all-star game no more?
It's not as competitive.
Well, and baseball is the least physical of all the sports. Not knocking their all-star game, and it means something too. Whoever wins all-star game in baseball gets home field advantage, right?
Not anymore.
Not anymore?
No, I thought they brought that back.
No. No. That was a 3-year trial run by Bug Selig, and it was told to never bring that crap back again.
they've been tinkering for the last several years trying to figure out how to make the All-Star game more competitive, even by getting the captains. So, you know, this guy picks this guy picks this guy based on what Kobe just said, the best pickup game. Because when you go to play a pickup basketball game in a gym, you walk in and like you fighting for who got first pick. I want him. Back in my day, dudes used to come to the gym with their 5, and they'd be like, I'm running with these 5. You can have anybody else you want to in the gym. When we get on the court, we trying to run. So, you know, that's what they tried to make the model after. And then they went this year to East versus West back again. And it just wasn't a game because the effort wasn't there by the players. The players don't care like how they used to.
I'm going to be real with you. I don't think there's any way you can fix it.
You just gave me an idea to fix it, Big G.
What's that?
We got 24 All-Stars, right?
Yeah.
So you can have 4 teams of 6 and play it like a run at the open gym.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever wins 3 games first, they the winners. Now, what they win and all that stuff, I don't know.
Game to 21. Ones and twos.
That takes too long. It gotta be 2s and 3s.
That wouldn't work. That wouldn't work for 2 reasons. For 2 reasons. One, you got players on pitch counts. That's like LeBron was in this All-Star game. He had limited. He only played a second. 2, second reason why it worked. The same reason why they got rid of the captains that you spoke about, Big G. That's the CBA because the players asked for this. They don't want to do that because it's embarrassing to be picked last. That's why they have to get rid of that. And also, and this is just my opinion, I think the owners didn't like it either because it really just became a breeding ground for tampering. So, they wanted to get rid of that. All that.
Hey, who was the last time they had captains? Who was the last pick? You any of y'all know?
I think Jokic was the last pick. One
Joker,
of the years.
the MVP. The last time they had captains, and Joker won the MVP and was the last pick of the dang on thing. And he won the MVP and the chip. So come on, I mean, dog.
Like I said, I don't think there's a way to fix it. And it's outgrown its usefulness. It is an exhibition for us fans. This game is supposed to be for us. It's like a thank you, for us being,
What do you need
consumers.
a post player for when you're shooting 47-foot jump shots?
That's big facts. That's big facts. I ain't mad at you. I get that.
Yeah. So the way they need to go ahead, the players obviously don't want to do it anymore. It's supposed to be their vacation. It's outgrown its usefulness for us because when they started doing the All-Star game, it was because the game wasn't as widely viewed as it is now. It was supposed to be like G, you're into comic books. It's like when they do like when they did Secret Wars. You bring in all the superheroes together for a massive thing. We don't need that no more. We see all the players like 5 times a week already on cable TV. So I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to getting rid of it altogether. Let's just have All-Star Saturday. Get rid of the dunk contest. Take that out of All-Star Saturday. Throw that with the All-Star game. Because
the dunk contest needs to be the first thing cooked. The dunk contest is trash.
That's
the first thing that's got to be cooked.
Let's just have more battles of the sexes and 3-point contests and skills competitions and something maybe some razzle dazzle, some extra stuff. Throw that on there. Let's do a thumbs up. Let's get out of here.
Dude, play horse where you can go in the stands and shoot and throw it out and you see
how to give Curry more trophies. B, are we?
Yeah, man. I'd rather watch that. I'd rather watch that than what I saw.
Yeah. All right, man. We talked about basketball too much, man. What's some more football?
Did somebody say Curry?
To the final 2 competitors in the first round, Del Curry will be on the left of your screen, out of Charlotte, shooting 40% this year. The defending long-distance shootout champion, Mark Price, on the right.
If the game is on the line, I like both of these guys.
I do too.
Right.
Curry has such a quick release. It's a one-piece shot. And his first 2 hit nothing but the bottom of the net. Del Curry got the money ball, I think 4 out of 5 on the last rack.
Mark Price 0 for 5 from that corner.
Del Curry with 12.
4 money balls, that is big time.
So it's safe.
You're not slick. You put that just for the Mark Price plug. We get it.
I didn't hear the Mark Price plug. I just was surprised how long ago that really was. Steph 30, 35, 36 years old now. So, you know, that was already 30. I guess it was 93. It was 30 years ago. Hey, Relly, how old was you in 93?
I wasn't here yet.
I already knew that, man. But Peyton didn't come back to you about the All-Star game. You got a fix for it?
Yeah, the fix is put it in the garbage can.
Big facts.
I'm talking to Relly now.
I mean, honestly, well, I'm not gonna go as far as say put it in the garbage can. They're not gonna do it. It makes too much money. Like you go city to city. This is the first time you ever gonna see 20+ stars in one arena for a city, you know. But at the same time, I think you said something I think is probably gonna happen. They're just gonna have more just WNBA, NBA crossovers. So you're gonna see a lot of competitions that's gonna fuse them, try to endorse everybody. Maybe more celebrities into it. Maybe they do an NBA versus celebrity game or something like that. This where it's like that, but I don't think they're gonna completely scrap it. I mean, it's no true fix
what
to
was
it.
the name of that? Jock versus Rock. You gonna bring
Listen,
that back?
I mean, yeah. I mean, NBA right now. I mean, it's not like that's something that's just out of the ordinary. Like the NBA right now. I mean, the past couple years, they just been literally pulling things and seeing if it works. And it's going to continue to be like that because it's not, if we're going to be honest, the competition of the All-Star game is never going to be again. It's done. It's over. So right now is just find something that's fun, something that's trendy, something that catches your eye because they right now is about viewership. How many eyes can they get on whoever the next best star is in the NBA?
Hey, really, I got a question for you.
Pros versus Joes. That's what it was.
So we're normally pretty football centric. We do dabble in some MMA occasionally. I'll talk about, and NBA seems to be more than anything. Major League Baseball normally is just an argument about if Pay is going to owe Tate money or vice versa by the end of the year.
That never happens.
When it comes to football, you got a football team, really?
I'm a Cleveland fan, but I can't speak nothing about football.
But you are a Browns fan, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you know, being a Browns fan just leads you not to be able to say anything about football. We get it.
That's crazy.
That's total fact.
You said it. You set them up. I knock them down. Really. That's how we do it here.
Listen. I can't say anything about a Bears fan picking on a Browns fan without being politically incorrect. I can't. It reminds me of wrestling I used to watch when I was a little kid. I'll just leave it at that.
The Bears done been to Super Bowls and won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago.
They just
the Bears were in a
20.
Super Bowl. The Bears were in a Super Bowl this century. So
yeah, facts.
Not that long ago.
20 years ago. What was?
No, they lost to the Saints.
It's 18 years ago. B, relax. Relax. Don't age it that
hold
far.
on a second. The Saints did not play the Bears in the Super Bowl. I don't know a lot about everything,
Indianapolis. They lost to Indianapolis.
I know that much.
Indianapolis. They lost to Indianapolis, but it was in the last 20. They lost to the Colts. Peyton Manning and them got them.
It was 05. When it'll be 19 years.
You know how good that team had to be to take Rex Grossman to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, they had some dogs.
21 years after we won it.
Hey, that's big props, though. You know how good that team had to be to take Rex Grossman to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, they went.
I don't want to think about it.
Uh-oh. Fork in the road.
Claude Bishop. Claude, thanks for the 2, Claude. He said, hey, really, did Myles Garrett deserve the Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Short and sweet.
He said did not. Yeah. I like his style.
He can't tell me how many sacks Myles Garrett had versus whoever else should have won had.
That's not the only way you can impact the game.
All right. Thanks for the super chat, Claude. Applaud the homie.
I don't think that was the biggest snub of the NFL awards, though.
Yeah, the biggest one to me was the truck, the best run award.
We great to
who it went to.
We great take a quick break before we go over because we already passed the half-hour mark. If you're watching on YouTube, stay with us. If you're listening on the audio platform, be it Apple, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, wherever you listen at, we got to take a few words from our partners, and we right back after this. And we're back on Homies Overtime on I heard it referenced one time today. I'm gonna say it now on a Freaky Friday. So we talked about little All-Star. Big G, if you can head it up, you were B-Dirt. You probably know more than B-Dirt about the college football stuff, the NIL and the judges' orders, and then take us to the combine real quick.
I think B-Dirt knows just as much or more.
I said what you get out then, man.
I think he does, but I'm gonna give B-Dirt his props. Give him his flowers while you're live.
What are you yelling about?
I think he know. I think I'll give him his props. I think
I said Big G or B-Dirt. I said Big G. You probably know more about the combine. If B-Dirt knows,
we heard what you said, but why'd you start yelling when he just spoke about me?
Big G keep taking the train off the track for no reason, man. Y'all figure it out. You could have said B-Dirt. Go ahead and do it.
The combine next week, ain't it?
Yeah, it starts on the 29th. Starts the 29th. But so a couple of things happened in college football, man, this last week, man. There was a 5+7 vote that went down for them to secure the 12-team playoff. And there was also a little talk about the NIL, about the governing body not being able to regulate what happens with NIL deals concerning teams in college football. So I just want to get everybody's reaction to the 5+12, because and I'll give you just a preference if you haven't read it. 5+7 does not mean the top 5 conference champions. What it means is 5 conference champions and 7 at large. So it does not, like how we had before in last year's playoff where Liberty would have made the 12. Based on the language, this year doesn't secure one of those bottom feeder, lower tier teams to make the 12-team playoff. So I'm gonna start going across the board. Go ahead.
I gotta challenge you real fast. You said 7 at large. Now for me, I'm more of a college basketball fan. So at large to me sounds like you're just picking teams.
It is.
I did hear that 7 is the next highest in the CFP polls. Are you telling me that's as incorrect?
So the top 4, which is the top 4 that would be locks. Well, the top 4, which would be locks, which is the first 4 buys. That's how it was before. And that's how we got the college football playoff. Now they'll vote and they'll say these are the top 5. And they'll decide amongst the top 5 which 4 will actually get the buys. And then the 5th team will be the highest ranked next tier down. The other 6 teams that goes into that are the highest ranking teams per the college football playoff committee's selection. So that's how that 5+7 works.
It's based on the 5 conferences, right? 5 major conferences.
Not necessarily, because like that was the Pac-12, so there's no Pac-12 anymore. So it could be like if they feel like if the Sun Belt team is the Pac-2, but if they feel like a Sun Belt team or one of them other conferences has a viable conference champion, that's the 15. There's no guarantee for the Pac-12. Yeah,
the Sun Belt play football.
Yeah, there's something like that.
So it's going to be the 4 major conferences get one in, and the way that they're going to get one of the smaller ones in is by having them beat one of those conference champions.
Yes, that's as of today.
That's going to be the one up front instead of the next 7. I actually like that.
It'll be the 5th.
Really, your thoughts?
Really froze. Okay, there.
No, I'm right here. So this is a topic I have no place to talk about. I have no jurisdiction over this.
Okay.
B.
Payday. No, let B because B know a lot about college football. He do. He really does.
So I like it. I do agree with S. Dresden. I think 12 is too many.
Mm-hmm.
I would have cut it down. I think 8's the number, and let it play all the way out. Or maybe 6 and give 2 buys. But that's neither here nor there.
Got you.
But if you're gonna go to 12, I like the way they're doing this. I think it's going to give us the best teams in. We're gonna have a different argument. We're gonna have an argument over who's gonna go out there and to catch a butt whooping, if not in week 1 and week 2, for sure.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna come back to that what you said, like you think it's too much. Pay, how about you, bro? How many?
Well, I'm gonna spin it right back there. I hate the fact that they even went past 4. And yeah, I 4 was great. I mean, football. Who needs this? Is a hot take, but who needs more football? It's just more time to get hurt, more time to not pay your unpaid workers. But I get it. But I'm an anarchist at heart. The Joker is my favorite comic book movie character of all time.
Big facts.
So that's just me. I understand that cash rules everything around me in this society. So that's what I had to do. But as it relates to this, I think the number one thing that needs to be noticed in this 5+12 format is that Notre Dame not being in the conference is very peculiar.
It might be cooked. It might be cooked
for this format. For the So that was the first thing that came to mind.
So their odds went from 1-4 to 1-7.
Yeah,
their odds still went up.
I think the 7 back there, it was made 7 extremely not extremely, but just for them to keep them. All right, this is for you. This is your placement. That extra team, that's for you.
Because they still want as many eyes on that game as possible, and Notre Dame does bring eyeballs.
Absolutely. And if you notice too, by Notre Dame as well, their schedule for this upcoming season, they don't have that big time highlighted game that everybody's going to tune into. It's not on this year's schedule. Not for real.
It's still on NBC, so people watch.
Facts. Big facts. Tate, how about you, bro? 5 plus 7 equals to 12. Your thoughts?
Don't understand it. Don't get it. I'll figure it out when the season comes. I think Notre Dame has done it to themselves over the years by not joining the conference. They've been invited to major power conferences. So they've done it to themselves. I really didn't use explaining too fast. I'll figure it out later. I didn't understand the 5+7 and what you're getting to. I just know Ohio State going to be in the 4.
Bold prediction early and often.
That is
all right.
Pretty bold.
Yes.
Hey, Pay, did you send me a calendar invite for corner time?
Off the rails. I do not think I did, but I will check into that.
Did B Dirt or G do it?
Nope.
It said the 90 Cincinnati Reds win, 90 wins.
I don't know nothing about it.
I did accidentally do that.
Okay.
Hey, so the other topic is that the NC2A don't have any regulations on that NIL deal, man. And Nick Saban is one of the guys that's leading the charge out there saying that it's not college football anymore, man. So
Nick Saban.
Nick Saban went to town talking about it's not even college football anymore.
Nick Saban that's a college football analyst for ESPN.
Big facts.
That one right there.
Big facts. Nick Saban said yesterday and today that it's not college football anymore. These guys are paid athletes. They are not. This is not what we know as far as college football. But then right after Saban said it, the NC2A said we have no regulations on NIL.
So I have a big opinion about this one because the NCAA did this to themselves.
Facts.
Greedy, money hungry, wanted to keep all money that they were generating from college football, the billions and billions of dollars. Instead of them paying the athletes, they went out and had a GoFundMe for every athletic program.
Facts.
And guess what? They can't control the GoFundMe. That's what the NIL deal is. So when those people get paid for their name, image, and likeness, I got autographed balls right here.
Facts.
Autographed pictures right there.
Mm-hmm.
That money goes to the student, the student athlete,
Uh-huh.
the football player, and the NCAA can't regulate it because the way they chose to do it. If they want to do it, then they need to break off the bread and pay the players. But they chose not to.
I don't disagree. Pay, how about you, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to just pair it what B Dirt said, but this is what they get for not just paying the players. I mean, you make so much money. They thought they had a workaround by letting their sponsors, their boosters, just pay them, or allowing the players to have side hustles. But no, yeah, it is. That does become a wild, wild west. Yes, that it will become unfettered. It will create a unbalanced playing field. Hey,
yeah,
you made your bed, and somebody got to sleep in it. Might as well be you.
Rich get richer without a shadow of a doubt, bro. Relly Hall, since you say you ain't got no preference, I still want to know because you a young fella. Young fellas move about money, bro. But what's your thought process about? Should the NC2A have, a regulation with it?
Honestly, no. Like, because the first thing I think of when you do that is like, I mean, like you put yourself in a situation like now you got to let them players get paid. Now they got the opportunity now finally after all these years to market themselves, get paid like you said for their likeness, get paid for their name. And now you're going to sit there and say, hey, yeah, we might have to take some of that away from y'all. No. I'm about to maximize on that, especially like if you're an athlete that got a name for themselves, you already came in there with recognition, like you came in there with a social media presence.
Yeah.
I'm
down with it. Tate, before I ask you, I'm going to preface it and give a little bit more information because I don't know if the fellas even know this. Yesterday was the buy-in for the NCAA college football playoff game. I mean, the actual game that they're going to bring out on EA Sports.
Yeah.
$650 per head.
600.
That's what they got.
Flat, wasn't it? 600 in a game. 600 in a game.
But they could sign their games and make up to an extra $50 per signature for their game. So like if I got a guy that buys 15 copies of the college football, he could charge up to $50 a head per signature game that he signs and sells. So now adding that into the conversation about the NIL, do you think that they should put some type of regulation on this?
I think that's one of the fairest things they've ever done. Because that works for everybody. I mean, obviously, if you're a bigger name, I mean, I really ain't played them games since Bill Walsh college football. But I remember if you would play with Ohio State, you have like Tim Spencer and Art Schlichter back there running a little option. So players, you knew who they were. Of course, they didn't use their names, but so the good players gonna get paid a little more, just like the good players are getting better endorsements, right? From local businesses and stuff like that. But you are still allowing the small guys to make something while they're in school who don't have the big endorsement deals and stuff with local car dealerships or businesses or restaurants, whatever they have. So I think it's one of the more fair things that they've done, because those other guys, they get $650, but the really good guys can have 500 people lined up to come before they can sign their game. You know what I mean? So it allows them to make that money. So I think it's fair. It's a scale, but everything is life is scale. You know what I mean?
Let me make sure I heard you correctly, G. So EA is bringing back this game after Charles O'Bannon tried to kill it, right?
Yep, July.
They are allowing. So the players for their name, image, and likeness to be in the game, they are paying the player per player $600 and giving them their own copy of the game. Right?
Correct. So 600. I'm
gonna get to the $50.
Total $650.
So But if they wanted to sign the game,
Mm-hmm.
and they would get an extra 50
per signature,
right?
So
per
if
signature.
they
So I can sign. So if I signed 100, I would get 1,500, obviously, right?
No, you get $5,000.
Five grand.
Well, okay. So if I signed, if I did, I had 50% signature.
Mm-hmm.
That don't sound messed up to y'all. I can't sell my own stuff to get how much I want off my own signature.
You still can, yeah. You still can. So
okay, I thought that was like cut off for you.
So this right here, that's a signed. That's a Blake Corum signed NIL poster.
Mm-hmm.
So his signature at the beginning of the season was about $60 ish.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
By the end of the season, that right there is about $125, $150, depending on where you see him at.
Big facts.
Without the picture, without anything, just a
So to sign something. Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about this actual deal with EA though. Are
but they
able
can still
to just
what you said was that they could still not sign their own stuff. Yeah, they can sign their own stuff anytime.
I know they can do that. I was trying to understand that EA was putting a cap on how much their signature is worth on this game.
EA is putting the cap on how much they're paying them for signing the games.
Yeah,
but they can opt. They don't have to opt in. They can opt in.
They don't have to have nobody signing up to sign up for nobody.
Well, they had to opt in by yesterday. If they didn't opt in by yesterday, they couldn't even be a part of it. And
right,
from what I understand, they got correct. They got 100% opt in. From what I understand, they didn't get any player from what I know as of today that didn't opt in.
I think most of the guys just want to be in the game.
That is the total facts of it. Most dudes want to be able to play. With they want to be in the game. They want to be part of it. They want their friends to be able to play and all whatever else, and do the attribute stuff and run it up and down and change the format, and they want to be able to be like, oh dog, I'm playing with what's the name of the quarterback for Michigan next year? Ocho. Is that his name? I don't want to say it incorrectly.
No, Orgy. Come on,
Orgy.
Now, bro.
Yeah, they don't want to play. They don't want to play with. They want to be able to play with Orgy. Like Orgy's a dog.
Everybody wants an Orgy. Let's go.
Paul, don't want to play with Orgy.
Yeah. Everybody wants to play with Orgy. Orgy's a dog.
Yeah.
It's just like the bigger names is going.
Keep all that in there.
Quinn Ewers down in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Travion Henderson up at Ohio State. I mean, the guys that are the guys that know nationally, they're gonna get way more than a little $50 per signature.
Let me ask you this though. So the NCAA watching all this stuff go out of control, and they have no control over it yet. The NCAA lives for control.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way for them to get the toothpaste back in the tube, or are they going to be more like some of the Michigan stuff we saw last year with the sign stealing and all that stuff? Are they going to be more in tune with those things and making their stamp that way, or is the NCAA going to kind of just flutter off into the sunset?
I think they kind of got to get it back in the tube a little bit, man, because there has to be some type of regulations. I mean, we can sit here and say don't have to, but
that's
now,
what it's not what name, image, and likeness is. There's no me on this show, me on going to another show, me signing autographs, whatever that is. Now my autograph's worth about 10 cents if I sign it on 10 cents worth of paper.
He said 10 cents. Got you. Facts.
But if whatever I can get for it is what I can get for it, and you can't control that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that'll always be a thing. But I think what they're going to transition to is pay for play. So all the players are going to get paid, just like in professional sports.
So take the donor aspect of it out. You think is that what they're going to try and pull out of it?
I mean, you probably need the donors for some. I don't know. I'm just saying that to balance it out, it's going to have to be a salary cap in college. Because, some schools can pay way more than other schools. That's not fair competitively. So I see it going to a pay-for-play system at some point. I don't know when. They'll get around and figure it out at some point. And then those very, very good players will still be doing what they're doing. Just like if you Giannis Greek Freak and Antetokounmpo, and you go somewhere and you sign whatever you sign. He still gets his NBA contract, but that's his money.
Listen, I'm not into doing people dirty in the chat here. Brandon Watson, great name by the way, Brandon. The athletes only have NIL deal because of their opportunity. It's a two-way street. I agree with you. The other side of that street is those institutions only have that amount of money because of those players.
That is total facts. That is total.
We don't. Listen, we don't tune in.
Athletes.
Dude, not all athletes. I just said we don't tune in to watch water polo at the University of Michigan. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We tune in to watch a football. We don't even tune in to watch basketball right now. They're atrocious. We tuned in to watch that football team. So it is a two-way street, but it's not possible without both sides.
Agree. All right, last topic for the football, bro. Before I hand it off, Tay, you said to swing it into the NFL draft. It's the underwear Olympics, man. A lot of big time players is going to be on display all next week. By the time we jump on the homies next week, it'll be over. So I just want to ask each one of the guys on the panel.
So this is the Freaky Friday underwear Olympics edition?
It'll just be getting started. You said it started the 28th. This is the 23rd. Next Friday to be the 30th. They go through that whole weekend.
Oh, correct. You're absolutely correct. Right. So
on Friday, I think they actually start on the 26th, but just with the meetings and the meeting in person, all that stuff, the on-field drills, what you talk about.
So next Friday is the Freaky Friday Underwear Olympics edition?
Yeah, it might be. It might be. But it could be everybody got to wear, different kind of t-shirts.
Skivvies.
I want to be politically correct for sure. Hey, so
brother, you got to come back to next week's episode.
Yeah, really, you're coming back.
Yeah. So if you had, and I'm just asking the guys, if you had any player that you wanted to be able to say, okay, this guy needs to be on my team next year, prior to we get the workouts and all whatever else. What is the one guy I would be like, man, I got to have this guy on my team next year?
I do want to ask a qualifier here.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have to be a first rounder? Can it be somebody I really want us to be able to pick up in a later second or third round?
Absolutely. It can be any guy that you want to be in the position to be on your team next season. I'm going to start with Pay.
Do they have to go to the combine for me to answer this question?
No.
Well, then I think you already know the answer to that. I think, Mr. Caleb, come on down. And I don't mean it in a Freaky Friday way.
So you want Caleb Williams to be a Chicago Bear next season? We got to
have one player without a shot of a doubt. Yes.
All right, we got a fork in the road too. Tim, thank you for the $2, man. Tim Lyons, we appreciate you. Michigan water policy is my jam. Go blue. I feel
is that what they call it? Water policy?
Yeah, something like that. For sure,
okay.
Man.
Right.
It should be water polo. It should be water polo.
I thought he was talking about Flint. I was like, let's talk about Flint.
Yeah, talking about water polo. He corrected himself right after. Mm-hmm. So you said Caleb Williams for the Bears.
Me saying Caleb Williams is a little unfair. I'm gonna play the game right. Kool-Aid McKinstry is my choice. Go ahead.
Ooh, you got to trade back to get him. But okay, I like Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid a lot. B-Dirt, one guy that you would want on the Cincinnati Bengals, man.
Can I give you two answers? Can I give you biased and unbiased answer?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Biased answer, Mikey Sanders still.
Oh.
I want him to take over for Mike Hilton.
Mm-hmm.
Unbiased answer, if there's a way Brock Bowers can fall. I mean, you already touched on it last show, but man, if there's a way we could get a tight end like that,
I got it.
I'd like to see it.
So before I go to Tate, I'm gonna go back to Pay another. Well, you gave two, Kool-Aid, and you gave Caleb. You say Bowers. B-Dirt, you said Bowers and Sanders still, linebacker, Michigan. Take two guys you would want on the Steelers.
Nickel corner, Michigan.
I had something that we didn't talk about. And it's one of these two players. I want both of them. We can't get both of them because I think they're both first rounders.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think we're gonna get one of these two players, G.
J.C. Latham, offensive tackle. Alabama, and Quinyon Mitchell, cornerback, University of Toledo. Why you want those two dudes, bro?
Well, I think it's realistic for where we're picking. If you told me just to pick who I want, I want offense, defense. I want Cooper DeJean, and I want Rome Udunze.
From wide receiver, University of Michigan?
Washington.
No, University of Washington, Rome Udunze. Oh, yeah, wow. If we could get Rome, I don't know how in the world that would happen, but yeah, I feel it.
Well, that's why I say I was in the realistic space, but you said who you want. That's who I want.
Yeah.
No, I mean, if that's what we're going to do, I'll take Marvin Harrison and tag and trade T. Higgins. How about that?
That would be nuts. That would be nuts. I saw, just a sidebar, I saw something today where the Patriots would draft Marvin Harrison Jr. and then be willing to do a sign and trade deal with the Bengals to get T. Higgins up out of Cincinnati, and they'd have T. Higgins and Marv as they starting wide receivers next year. I saw something that said that today.
That'd be the two best wide receivers they had since Randy Moss left.
Yeah,
that would be a crazy wide receiver room, but it's so crazy that you forgot that they don't have a quarterback room whatsoever.
Yeah. Full. They're the only team maybe in the league that's worse than us. Matt Jones is full trash. So he's horrible. Relly said to bypass him on this. I got two guys, man, that I absolutely want in Pittsburgh.
Really wanted to hear what Relly had to say about them Browns.
Yeah, he said skip him on this, so I'm gonna skip him. But one guy that I absolutely want in Pittsburgh, after I've done all my evaluations and looked and watched all 22 film, I want Chris Jenkins, defensive tackle, University of Michigan. I think Chris Jenkins, after the combine, is going to go so high up in the draft, he might garnish a late first, early, mid-second pick because I think he's a phenomenal football player. I have watched film on him and watched film on him and watched film on him, and I'm like, this kid could be a 10-year starter in the NFL, be a Pro Bowler. He's really that good. He's really that good.
Have you been watching Running Through the Jungle?
No, I haven't.
I picked him as one of the guys I think is going to jump up because of the underwear Olympics. Because that we had a smash mouth team at Michigan last year, and he was the strongest man in the building.
Yeah, I like Chris Jenkins a whole lot. I think Chris is an outstanding football player.
Tell Brandon Watson, yes, that is Chris Jenkins' son, Chris Jenkins.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's another reason why I like him, because he's got the father-son pedigree, and I think that does well in Pittsburgh. Now, I could go with the popular pick of Zach Frazier, because if you listen to most Steeler podcasts, that's what they're talking about. I like Zach. I would love for him to be there to be a 10-year starter, but I like the safety out of University of Minnesota. I love Newman. I think Newman will solve the safety position for Pittsburgh because of his height, size, and weight. And he can drop down and play like that strong linebacker, like if you change the set, or he can play strong safety and move Mika back to free safety. I think that he has an opportunity. If we could get Newman in the third round, I would be so happy, man, that if we were able, because I really have identified him as a Steeler moving forward, man. I love Newman, the safety out of Minnesota, and I love Jenkins, defensive lineman. O-line, you go back and forth, what we're going to do in the first and all, whatever else. But two guys that I want to see in Steeler uniforms next year are those two guys. All right, Pay, I'm swinging it back to you, bro, to finish it out.
Oh, man, this has been a very fun hour of power, freaky on a Friday. Fellas, man, it's been always a pleasure. And everyone in the live chat, if you liked what you heard tonight, if you enjoyed this and our 2 hours of bloviating about football, money, basketball, you should check out some of our other satellite shows. You got the Rather Cavalier crew, all three of these fine gentlemen are well represented right here. We got the Shot City Bulletin Board, Chicago Bulls Pod, Running Through the Jungle, my man Peter B. Dirt, and DBC, the Bear Claw. Oh, and not to forget, not to mention, one of the best informative shows out there for underclassmen, amateur athletes, Level Up, hosted by my man Big G. You got to check out all these stuff. All these offerings are found anywhere you get your podcast. They're all underneath the FFSN banner. Some of them are on YouTube as well. For those who love the YouTube brand, check us all out. Support, download, subscribe, tell a friend. Make them listen to the same stuff you listen to. Share the information. Also, bring them here on Fridays. Make your homies our homies so we can all be homies. Share the wealth.
Facts. Hey, breaking news before I swing it to you, B-Dirt. It just was reported by the Score. T. Higgins will be franchise tagged by the Cincinnati Bengals. Officially.
It's not breaking news.
Well, that's the Score just put it up there. I just seen it.
I talked about it week 14.
Oh, my man.
Come on, man.
That's what I'm just telling you.
There wasn't nothing else to do about.
That don't count, B-Dirt.
There wasn't nothing else to do but franchise. What are you gonna do? Let him walk out the door?
I'm just telling you what the Score said. Facts. So it's on you, B-Dirt. What you got to close us out?
What I will say is this on basically on what Pay is saying. If you didn't like the last 2 hours, but you did like my 7 minutes, still come back. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna be here arguing a little bit more than normal. But I let the fellas argue about Najee Harris way too long today, and that's my fault. So my apologies. I'll be better next week. Come on back. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the like. Let's go.
You talked about Najee Harris today?
We did.
Yeah.
Checked out for that. Yeah.
Tay Boy Fresh, it's on you, bro.
Hey, man. Thanks, everybody, for joining us on the Homies Part 1 on the Steel Curtain Network, where we talk about AFC North, mostly Steelers. So it was okay to go along a bit with Najee Harris. All we did was say pay the man his money, and we got up off that. But also would like to give a shout out to the homie, Coach Q, Quincy Simpson, Lime, Ohio. Team going to state, won the Toledo City League Championship. They played Tuesday. Picture here is his All-American freshman, Sean Foster. And so we room for you, Coach. We're going to actually have Coach Q and Sean come on either overtime here. We're going to talk basketball some more, or we're going to get them on the know-it-all. We'll figure it out when it's time. But hopefully you got a long run in the tournament, so it could be a month away.
Absolutely. Relly Hall said he had to take care of something. So, man, we thank Relly for coming in and being a special guest this evening. And Tate, since you brought up Foster, condolences to Sean and Shane Foster. They lost their father last evening, man. Mr. Bill Foster passed. Condolences to the Foster family for sure, man. Prayers and best wishes, man. Their father was a great man. He's actually related to my wife, and I found out about it this morning. So condolences to the Foster family for sure. Thanks again for listening to us and rocking with us.
Hey,
on Fast. Go ahead, Pay. I'm sorry.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Right
my bad.
Thanks, Relly, for coming in. I don't know if he's still there or not, but appreciate you rocking with us. It was a good time.
He said he had to go take care of something, man. He texted me and told me. He said I had to go take care of something.
We definitely needed his expertise on that All-Star game and NBA.
Absolutely. Hey, so once again, thank you guys for listening to us on Fans First Sports Network, Homies Overtime Podcast. Make sure you swing and talk and watch, like the fellas have reiterated, all the FFN shows that you can listen to on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or wherever you check and get your podcasts, even available on YouTube Live. For the homies, for Big G, Tate, B-Dirt, Payday, and the fella Relly Hall, thanks again, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
I wish Relly Hall showed up early. I wanted his take on cocaine.